Hi, welcome to another episode of Go Interview. Today we are interviewing Nat Kamon, otherwise known as Bam. She's going to talk about her experiences learning English and how she has overcome the struggles, ongoing struggles that she still has. And we're going to talk to her coming up right now. Can you introduce yourself a little and tell us why are you learning English?
All right, so my name is Bam, or you can call me Betsy. Currently, I'm a master's student majoring in chemical engineering at Mahidol University. So why am I learning English? First of all, I have to tell you a bit about my background. Actually, not a bit, a lot.
That's okay. Please tell
um,
us.
uh, Actually, my parents let me study in primary school, like bilingual program. But actually, I could not really communicate well back to the time. Um, I could understand only some words, but didn't know how to use it practically. By the way, teachers are really nice. They were really nice to me. And even now, we still like keep in touch on social media. Yeah, they're
Wow,
really
that's
nice.
great.
And okay, like after I finished my primary school, I continue my secondary and high school, like 6 years from grade 7 to 12, the same school. This time I started to study English program, and here's the I think at the beginning it was tough, tough life, tough life back to the time. I like everyone in the class could communicate with teachers really well. They understand everything. They can do. They could do the test. They could talk to each other in English really well. But for me, I was silent and didn't understand what teachers said. Couldn't couldn't do homework. Can couldn't even understand the question from the homework, something like that. Like I didn't know what to do. And the exam result was terrible. And what I got from that is that I got blame from my parents.
Oh
Tough
dear. Well,
life.
they were not
Yeah,
happy.
they weren't happy, and they was like, "Are you lazy? Always playing game, huh? Whatever." And okay, my parents just let me study English private class
Mm.
to uh to better my scores during the class. Is I think it's okay. It's very okay. But I've met a lot of English teachers. Like they are kind of part-time jobs, so they will alternate, not the same teacher all the time.
Mm.
And I was getting better and better, but still didn't have enough confidence to speak. Just okay, I can understand more of the words of the sentence, know how to write a sentence, know a bit of what teacher really need in class, but still couldn't speak. And then the first turning point of mine started at the semester 2 of grade 7. For the English program, they will have kind of showcase every year for showcases for every class from grade 7 to 12. Everyone have to create their own showcases. And back to the time my class performed English, no, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, great story. Classic.
And the teacher who is the advisor of my class, he picked the character for each student. Okay, this girl go to Alice, this girl go to other characters. And for me, I I don't know why. I don't even speak to him, just smile, because I couldn't speak, but he like gave me to Bam, you should be a narrator. I was like,
Wow. That's
N- n-
that's a big part.
narrator.
A lot of speaking involved.
Yeah, a lot of speaking. I have to tell all the story, each scene, tell what happened, and end the show. I was like, oh, tough life, tough life.
Yeah.
And during the rehearsal, everyone in the class were like, okay, they can speak well, but for me, oh, I I pronounce I pronounce it wrong. I pronounce all of them, almost of them wrong, and the tones, the pace, the pitch were like everything was wrong. And yeah, I got complained. I got complained like, oh, why you still couldn't say, why you still
Who
couldn't
complained?
speak. Yes,
Who complained about you?
of course, teacher.
Oh, teacher, right?
But I understand. I do understand because everyone needs the best performance. So I understand what he what he did.
Yes, it
So
was constructive criticism, was it?
mm, sometimes, but okay,
I hope
like
so.
his character, his characteristic in class, he is strict. He always come like on time, very punctual. So I do understand like, perfectionist. Mm-hmm. So I think I got like only 2 weeks left, and then we will have kind of final rehearsal, so that everyone in every class will see our final rehearsal in the hall, the meeting hall
Right.
at the school. And I was like so nervous. So everyone will hear what I said. So I have to practice a lot. I have to practice to ensure that okay, I'm I'm ready. I'm ready to go for this show. So I let my English teacher, the private class one, help me to pronounce each word, and then I wrote it kind of karaoke thing. Do you know karaoke?
Yes, of course. In a kind of phonetic way, was it?
Yeah, yes, and I try to read it, pronounce it like every day, every day, every day. And I got some kind of inspiration as well. There was one day I went to a the teacher room where there's a lot of foreign teacher in the room,
In the
and
staff
I
room.
heard, yeah, staff room, something like that.
Right.
And I heard the senior student. I'm not sure what grade were they, but they spoke to teacher like really fluent, and I was like, oh, if I were them, like the same age as them, am I going to speak as fluent like them? And this kind of inspiration. And I thought to myself that for the show, if I couldn't speak well, so it's gonna be very embarrassed. So I have to make things impressive. And the things is that I have to like practice more every day. I have to remember not to read the script. So and the final rehearsal comes, I perform there, and teacher, my teacher was surprised that, oh, really? You can pronounce it right. Your tones, your pitch, your pace is great. Oh my goodness, so impressive. I was like, oh
Wow,
my,
awesome.
yeah, that's the first turning point of mine, which is
Yeah, it must have been
difficult
a great
but
feeling.
impressive.
Awesome.
And
Nice.
yes, and during this the time, I always like challenge myself, like to find the activities, English activities to do to improve myself. But most of the time I fail, but it's okay.
Yes.
at, at, at the beginning, I felt bad to myself. I felt like kind of looked down, like why you are really bad at this thing. But with the time flies, you will see that the things are the lesson and experience that you need to learn.
Yeah.
The
I think
better.
nowadays a lot is said about this, but I think it's still very true. If you can have, no one really tries to fail, but these experiences really build you and give you the experience. Through these small failures, you can build up to a bigger success.
Sure. I couldn't agree more.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Let me ask you then, in terms of the one-to-ones, you mentioned an earlier one, and now obviously we have been having one-to-one lessons or discussions. And as well as that, we have, you're part of the group discussion, which I offer. So maybe can you talk a little bit about that? What have you gained from these one-to-ones and also the group discussions as well?
Okay, like of course the first thing that I've gained from your class is confidence, because like during the pandemic, okay, it's like from the turning point since when I was in secondary school, whatever, I still face problems all the time. I like in my life in a university, actually I study Thai program, and there was only English class for freshmen, like 2 class a week, which is not enough for me to practice, right? So sometimes I forgot. Sometimes I what's called this one? I was not get used to speak English as fluent as before, and also during the pandemic, right? So just stay in front of the screen and study. At the first round of pandemic, I always study like honestly, I have to say that during the first round of pandemic, I didn't even practice English because my junior year, I have to do lots of things like a lot of subjects like the coursework and also the internship. So of course, I couldn't even like practice English. And this time, after I study with you, I feel like I practice myself. I communicate every week, and you you are a very good teacher that you always correct my mistake. Also, some grammatical that I might say it wrong, and you're like, okay, stop this part, and then try to teach me like instantly so that I will remember
Yes,
the mistake
usually
and
I do that.
and learn from them. And also the live session, yeah, I'm so sorry about that because I didn't see your email, like because it's in the promotion of the email that I have to click it just to see. So I missed a lot of the episode, which is, oh my goodness, that was
Don't worry, there will be plenty
regret.
more. You can join us. Yeah.
And it's really nice that I've met like a lot of people who I never met before, and then exchange a perspective during the live session, which is I really love. And this helped me like be more friendly to other people, because sometimes we need like ice breaking, and some people might take long time, some people might take short time, but for me I think this one is kind of improved me to get to other people easier. This one is the key. And also
Great.
about the topic is really interesting every week. I Sometimes I didn't prepare myself well, I have to say, because during the master I have a lot of tasks to do, and I am a student assistant for the international relations division for the student and for the university as well. So yeah, I have a lot of things, and I do enjoy all of my work.
Yes, I
And
understand you have a lot on your plate. Yeah, that's what with the sessions, I do try to make them open so they're accessible. Anyone can jump in, but also have some deeper material so we can have quite a deep discussion about various topics.
and I'm surprised that there was a lot of people of around the world. Not a lot, like maybe 3 to 4 people, right? And they are like from France, from Russia, from Germany, which is
Yeah, it's
I
great. We have many
I
different nationalities.
yeah, I couldn't believe like okay, I'm Thai, so everyone are like different nationalities, and that's really impressive. All the talk really nice.
So that's the end of part 1. Part 2 will be released tomorrow, in which Bam talks about more of her story, her challenges, how she's overcome them, and shares her tips with how to improve your English. In the meantime, you can join my free weekly newsletter by following the link down below. There's also a special offer on from now until the end of the year, and you can join the weekly lessons yourself for only £14.99, which is about $20 or 675 baht at the current exchange rate. Don't forget to join, subscribe, and comment below with what you are facing at the moment, what challenges you are overcoming, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.